Okay, so on 3/20/2019, stranger shows up once again, someone I don't know. He starts knocking on the door. It's very light. I kind of hear a knock. I'm watching a movie. I go up to the door to see if someone's knocking on the door, and I look through the little peephole thing to see if someone's out there because I have so many people working on me with so many different angles, left and right. Whether it's to try to break into my house and start something to set me up or frame me, or within a couple of months, we've had 4 police break-in attempts, one with Officer Sean Dincy, and then one with Officer Sean Dincy with his friends posing as FBI agents, trying to figure out how to weasel into my house. And now, during these police, hey Kevin, we're just coming here to check on you or whatever, they're checking to see if the doorknob is unlocked before even knocking. The original break-in attempt about maybe 2 months ago was the LAPD coming down and verbally saying, is the door unlocked, see if you can get in, things like this on video, and then they finally see the security camera and realize they screwed up and start trying to backtrack and knock on the door. But my point is they're doing whatever it takes to get in my house. Now that's not the only other break-in attempts. One was with my father working with Officer Sean Dincy in the LAPD to throw me into maximum security prison on these fabricated misdemeanors, which you wouldn't go to maximum security prison over anyways, to try to thug and intimidate me quiet with my father immediately trying to break in my house while pretending to feed my cat. Once, I cut all contact with him years later because he kept calling the lawyers, trying to give them lies. He was in contact with the LAPD, fabricating lie after lie, paying off Lorraine Escobar to send every person known to man after me. So you can see a pattern of behavior. So how do we break into Kevin's house? Now these things have been going on my entire life. I didn't even know it. People sent into my house in Colorado, University of Colorado, to squat with the police and freaky things like this, to try to set me up, to make it look like, try to get me to attack him or something. I don't know. So anyways, and one other attempt while arresting me in the police car, telling me that if I have an animal and I don't feed it, it's animal abuse. Remember, this is Topanga LAPD with Officer Sean Dincy and Jensen. If I don't feed the cat, they're going to arrest me, and if I don't feed the cat, that's animal abuse, so they want to go in my house. Right? You get the idea? These are things that you would never be told. So anyways, what you're going to see now is a guy who's working with the police. And remember, Dincy has his worldwide neighborhood watch groups. Worldwide, and these neighborhood watch groups aren't just watch groups, they're provoking groups. So they're set up in frame job operations. I'm going to provoke you, I'm going to provoke you, I'm going to cry wolf, I'm going to provoke you, I'm going to provoke you, I'm going to frame you, I'm going to cry wolf, I'm going to provoke you, I'm going to provoke you, I'm going to provoke you. Oh, we got to get a reaction because we want to lock him away. We want to incarcerate him for life. Why? Well, there's no real answer, but it starts at 5 years old. We just don't like this kid we had, and we're going to rid him of the world. So now, to the point, on 3/20/2019, 12 a.m., 11:56 a.m., if you want to be precise, for about 17 minutes, a guy comes to my door and starts knocking. I go up to the peephole. I don't see anyone. So I walk away from the door and I hear knocking again, showing that the guy isn't actually, the guy was still at the door for 17 minutes, who kept knocking for 17 minutes at the door. Right where the door opens, he was kind of standing there between. So if the door, and obviously I'm speculating, but if the door would have opened, he probably would have jumped in and stopped the door from closing, right? Okay? Now, anyone with common sense is going to tell you that's most likely the case, and if it's not the case, the behavior of these psychopaths hunting me down my entire life is very strange, right? You don't sit there and knock on someone's door for 17 minutes while waiting right next to where the door opens, because that's kind of a threatening behavior or mannerism that anyone that sees that, they're not going to open the door. Okay, so not only that, when he starts getting frustrated, by the way, he shows up with a beer in his hand. When he starts getting frustrated, he puts the beer under the light and he unscrews the light bulb to turn off the light. Now, where does this come from? Well, it comes from several texts I had jokes about I'll be buying a few and break down your door with joking sarcasm to some people. And it also comes actually to my therapist, Brittany Henderson. And it also comes from 2 days prior, some jokes on the internet, on my Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, clips of the movie The Shining and things like this, joking around. Okay, now the first thing is I don't know who this guy is. He's definitely not on my Twitter follower list, and even if he was, it still doesn't justify following someone and trying to break in their house because of some harmless joke that nobody's going to care less about unless they're paranoid psychotic murderers or something like this. But that's not the case. They're just looking for justification to try to plant things on me like they did with Rody Morales at 29, trying to plant trash bags of marijuana in my house to try to set me up to look like a drug dealer with the LAPD, which he was working with the LAPD while befriending me for years and saying, let's go to strip clubs. Also, with endless frame jobs, by the way, with strippers and Victoria Walker. So anyways, he unscrews the light, he puts the beer underneath, and then after a little while he still gets desperate and he walks by and he tries the sliding door, the sliding glass door. How can I get in the sliding glass door? Just like the police, just like my father, they're trying the sliding glass door. So he's trying to get in the house. Why is he trying to get in the house? He knows I'm home because he's yelling Kevin. He yells Kevin 3 times, showing that he knows who I am and he knows that I'm home. But obviously I've never seen this guy, and he has ulterior motives because I go through one person sequentially after the next worldwide playing the same angle. Now, why does he want to get in my house? Well, he wants to create a situation to just try to get in my house and frame me and look like I did something to him. And knowing the LAPD, they'll play their freaky games like I somehow reeled him into my house and now I've made him go after me, and if something happens, they're going to turn all the things around on me. Either way, it doesn't matter because after this, I go to the police with the evidence, and you will see what happened, showing you that the police are heavily involved in aiding and abetting this mass crime spree against me. And if you want to really be technical about it, you could call it accessory to attempted murder, because these are kill operations or operations to rid someone of the planet, no matter what it takes, locking them in a cage for the rest of their life for no reason, or stopping them from breathing, getting them to kill themselves, anything. Any way of ridding someone from the world, also known as gang stalking, which are originally KKK and Adolf Hitler tactics, but apparently the U.S. government has seemed to like this resume of Adolf Hitler's and use it on the select few they just don't like or flag, like me from childhood. So here it is. It is 17 minutes. It's very boring. It's a guy knocking on the door and acting like a complete idiot. Is my life in danger? It is on a different level or form than the average your life's in danger by someone pulling out a crowbar and bashing your skull in. It's more of a slow, long-term setup operation and psychological torture type of operation that never stops. In the non-traditional sense, that's why it's called gang stalking, cause stalking, community harassment groups, and with security companies and police involvement to do these things to people. Also, I just want to add that the rat's tail picture is from, I think that might have happened right after Terrence Scroggins was contacted by Dincy to hunt me down, which he flat out admits on the stand, and I was notified 2 days prior by Brian Ushar at Valley Auto Center that Dincy was coming after me with those 2 days, insane amounts of more aggressive attacks, Greg Koenig, black people yelling at me as I come out of my house, trying to set me up. And after those original arrests, I think, and coming out and telling people what was going on, I think that's when the rat's tail was put on my doormat. Now, is it by the same guy? I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is calling the police to look at the rat's tail is the same exact response as you've gotten now. They wouldn't come to my door. They wouldn't look at the rat's tail on the doormat. They wouldn't, when I speak to them and give them pictures out in front of the complex, they start saying I'm 5150 and a violent paranoid schizo, which all links to therapists or psychiatrists like Susan Donner in the psychology community trying to figure out how to remove me from society with every lie, working with Mike Huntley and the LAPD. And Yankee Doodle's pool hall with all sorts of illegal operations and privacy violations. So the point is, if I keep showing them these things and they're not going to help, they're definitely aiding and abetting and a accessory to attempted murder and this mass crime. Once again, we have rat tails and things like that put on my welcome mat. When I go to public places, people say welcome to me over and over, hinting about the welcome mat, letting me know, like, we're all threatening you together. But the point is that these are all mass cover-up operations which start from these, we're going to hunt down and kill Kevin and eradicate him starting at 5 years old. No actual reason. Is it the same guy? I can't tell you, but he's definitely working with these mass worldwide groups and police to try to threaten me in these operations.
Okay, so the guy came by. He popped out the cat door. He left his Budweiser thing, and then most importantly, he unscrewed the light bulb so the light didn't turn on. So here you can see the Budweiser can he left, the light bulb which he turned off. This is where he entered, which you can see off the security camera. And then this is the door in which you see him trying to unlock or get in right here, to break and enter, right?
Okay, so now that you've seen a guy trying to break in my house or wedge himself into the door, doing freaky things on the property. Oh yeah, and I forgot pulling off the cat door and throwing it inside, and just freaky things that people don't do, and I don't know who the guy is. You're now going to see what happens when I simply go down to the police station and try to file out a simple report and get the evidence to a detective. And remember, this happens every single time with every single issue, no matter how big, no matter how small. They try to divert the skate this way or skate that way to do anything but help me. With every excuse, every lie, disinformation. And so here, when I go down, you're going to see, when I walk in, they get angry because my name's on the sign-in list showing I was there. They keep coming up at each and every police station location that this is about burglary, but no burglary has ever happened in this incident without ever looking at the video or footage or pictures. So, skating around the issue. Why are they skating around the issue? Well, they're trying to play this game that I'm a bad person and I don't deserve their help. But I've never met these police officers. I don't know who they are, right? But they're working with Mike Huntley and my father based on hearsay or defamation, slander, you name it, defaming my name worldwide and then saying no one's going to help you and neither are we. But there's no actual reason other than we flagged the guy and we want to hunt him down and kill him. But once again, you're going to see how defensive they are and refusing to take the evidence, and now with this repetitive brainwashing angle from each person claiming, trying to force some kind of thing about burglary. Well, where does burglary even come from? I don't know, but it's going from, you'll notice the communication is going from police department to police department instantly about burglary. Okay? So, I think you'll find this interesting because the first question I want you to ask is why do they keep mentioning burglary without even looking at the video? The other thing, actually, that I want to mention, which is actually the most important, is when I walk in and the police officer says, "Man," like, "How are you doing, man?" or something like that, emphasizing the man. There's a reason he's doing it. He's doing it to try to provoke me and trigger me. And the reason I'm saying that is because I have video for the last maybe 6 months to a year. Each person, almost every person I'm in contact with says man over and over. From stranger after stranger, wherever I go worldwide or whoever I talk to. So what is the reasoning that they're notifying mass groups to keep going, hey man, how you doing man? What's up Kevin man? I see you there man. From stranger after stranger, if I hop in a car, go to Oxnard, I go to Ventura, I go to Hollywood, I go to Las Vegas, I go to Florida, each person, stranger, will say man to me within a sentence to try to trigger me and get a reaction to make me look like a violent paranoid schizo. Some of the police's labels on me that I'm a violent paranoid schizo, and things like them having Mr. Quigley in my 10th grade tell me to punch Paul Schaefer to try to make it look like I am just some crazy man, right? The point is that even though man in a sentence seems minute, it is actually the biggest part of their crime because they're telling everyone worldwide to do it in the billions, literally. So if billions of people are told to walk by you and whistle every day or say man over and over, the reasoning is to provoke you into a reaction to set you up and remove you from society. Now remember, this starts at 5 years old with psychological labeling. But more importantly, me walking in that police station, he's already shown that he's hunting me down and as part of this mass conspiracy to eradicate me, my kind, as they've said, by this repetitive psychological warfare tactics, which remember, Dincy says he's seen my website on some of his illegal arrests on video, but claims there's nothing there. But all that video is on the website with photos, video, and talking about these operations in detail on specifics with people. And Dincy claims while arresting me with my father that it doesn't exist. Now my father is the biggest fire starter of these defamation of slander, of making up lies that I stole $10,000 from him when I was 16 because he got mad that I was building cars and because I was working my ass off at his office to make the money to pay for the car engines. He got mad, not because I did anything wrong, because he just didn't want me building cars. Hence, making up the lie to the world I stole $10,000. Well, if your father's capable of that, he's capable of anything, and so you sort of understand the dynamics and where things are coming from. More importantly, the LAPD paid off to hunt, stalk, kill, or eradicate me based on some angry father and family for what I know, and all sorts of intricate, minute things that normally no one would care less about. Example, cool, my son's out building cars. That's cool. Well, in my case, we're going to rid him of the world. Okay? Now, I'm not telling you those are sane thoughts in my father or family's head, but what I am telling you is that is the case. So, now you're going to see what happens when I walk into Topanga Division Police Station, which, keep in mind, happens with every single thing. There's hundreds of police reports. This happens over and over. People keep coming after me. I keep documenting the crimes. They don't want the crimes into the system to make it look like I'm a crazy, violent, paranoid schizo with their one-sided worldwide propaganda stories, which police generally don't do. The whole concept of a judicial system in courtrooms is to prove guilt, not you're guilty before proven... You're guilty before proven innocent, or, yeah, you're right, or pre-crime, right? We flagged you with the psychology community at 5 years old, now you're a dead man, or I think you're the bad seed and you're guilty until proven innocent. In this case, now they're working on the Kevin's crazy, so we're not going to help him. Well, there's no connection between crazy and crimes. There's just a connection between I don't like you and I'm going to call you crazy and not help you, if that makes sense. But a crime is a crime, and if a crime is being done to a crazy man, then that's even more reason that they should help me. Showing that the Adolf Hitler, Sean Dincy groups demanding perfection and eradicating the weak or imperfect is really going on, and it's all with the psychology community and psychological flaggings, and I have been a target of that since 5 years old.
Where is Schoenborn? Interesting that they opened up a facility on Schoenborn when they're so mad about shoes and Kelly Hatch. So let's see. Oh, it's past the Chevron coming up. And we're gonna document the local area of the cars and patterns and backwards and that, like we always do. Looks like a guy might be waiting in a gray Explorer there. He is waiting in a gray Explorer there. The question is he waiting for me? Because they know I'm obviously going to go to the police station after last night's break-in attempt and report it. So I can't really see back that way, and there's trees blocking where he was sitting waiting, but my guess is he's one of the usual people waiting for me in cars and then notifies mass groups to come out. I remember these people kind of staked out are worldwide or within large groups in the local area that I am, but people worldwide know me and all take part. So okay, so this is Schoenborn Street. And let's document the cars. So far I don't see any too much out of the norm. Okay, I'm sort of focusing on the Jeeps. The no plate or Mercedes here. The Jeep, those are important ones. The Mini Cooper, the same ones. The Ranger here, looks like he might be arriving at the same time I am, because they use a lot of Rangers. 2 work pickups. A same black Mustang convertible my father got me when I was, I don't know what age. What age was I? After I moved into my place that he found me on Juliana in Burbank, he got me a Mustang for no reason, which seemed really nice, but they're all frame jobs. And actually, things look a lot more normal than they usually are. And we'll just come back the other way and park and go into the police station. But when I come out, there's probably going to be a lot more cars in patterns and things like that with the hidden messages. Okay, so we're coming back the other way. Remember the last time there were tons of pickups and groups right here. Now they're not here. Okay, so this is the Mustang that I used to have. Obviously not the same one. And there's our Ranger, so we're gonna pay close attention. Okay, so now another Jeep has arrived. This big, huge truck has arrived behind another one, and this Jeep, like I said, is parking next to the black Jeep. So the white Jeep next to the black Jeep, right? So like I said, people are going to show up. There's a gray Accord right there, and so we're already instantly, within minutes, cars showing up.
cars showing up into the patterns and groups and hidden messages, like I said would, and the Jeeps are a lot more obvious. So let's kind of do another pass really quick. Here's this girl here. She came out of the Accord. Okay, so now we have 2 Jeeps. So you know, right, that guy was most likely, or someone, notifying people to show up. Like, this is where Kevin is, now show up. The people that are waiting for me. So, the most obvious are those 2 Jeeps. And then the other ones are a little more cryptic, probably, like the 2 pickups here together. Still not like it was before, but you can still see I'm being stalked by groups of random strangers. Okay, so we're coming back the opposite way back to Schoenborn Street. No plater here. Oh, that's Chase. Okay, next street, I think. Wait. Okay, by the Chevron here, coming the other way. Okay, let's find a spot. This gray Accord girl arrived and then walked towards the gas station. And then our 2 Jeeps there, I guess. Well, I guess we'll park up front here. And then so it's not crazy like it was before, but still you can see the groups of people showing up. There's gonna be people coming out of their houses like usual, I'm sure, walking dogs and clothing patterns and things like that. And so we'll go in, we're gonna file the police report. They're not gonna want it, which is gonna show you that they have motive, and these are all cover-up operations. Okay, so the black Jeep just took off. He has no plates either. And it's kind of difficult to see. You could probably see it through my rear view mirror. There's just now a white Jeep, and the black Jeep was behind him, so he just bolted and hung a left. Hi, the crazy guy's here. So I'll sign in.
You don't gotta sign in. You don't gotta sign in. You don't gotta sign in. You don't have to sign in.
Oh, I don't?
No. What do you need?
Okay, so last night someone tried to break in my house.
Right.
Stood around knocking on the door for 15 minutes. Unscrewed the light bulb for some reason. Put his beer under the light. Looking through the little peephole. He was hiding, even though this isn't the actual timing. He was hiding to the left. So that I couldn't see. So when I opened the door, he could wedge himself in. Just like the cars, you guys have people launching at me. Let's see, here is a video, or screenshot of the video of the guy. Oh, and I like Dincy's recent claim that I supposedly threatened to kill all Starbucks customers. That was really creative of him.
Did he make inside your pack?
No, he didn't get in. He stood there for 15 minutes. Knock, 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 knock.
Is there any sound of forced entry?
He tried, right here, he's trying to get in the sliding glass door.
He's just trying to open it. Just, you know.
Well, he's trying to break and enter.
Were you home?
Yeah.
What do you need to call us?
Because I know you guys won't do anything. You'll say I'm crazy and I'm imagining
breaking
it.
inside your house, we're gonna get it.
This is a non-emergency line. You're gonna call that number. You're gonna tell them you want an attempt burglary report,
Temp burglary.
and they'll go to your house.
Okay. Wait, why are they going to go to my house now? I mean, they can, but what?
Where it happened.
Oh, okay. You don't want? Well,
Burglary, attempt burglary, all that needs to be on scene.
okay. Well, how do you know it's burglary and not something like I want to kill you or something?
Well, that's up to the detective.
Okay.
Right now, you just want
All
to
right.
report.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't need to know.
What does that mean?
You say, hey, wait, you want this or I want this.
Oh, we'll take it. I don't know what no means no. You have to protect me. That's what my tax dollars do. Okay, so you heard him say no means no, like I'm not gonna help you. No, you know.
Okay, so when I went in, which is recorded, he says he doesn't want me to sign in, proof of me signing in. He doesn't want me signing in, proof of me signing in. He gives me some number to call, attempted burglary. But he won't take a report, a simple report. Also, there's detectives there. So I don't know what this is. But once again, it is a futile attempt to shirk responsibility. And as I'm leaving, he tries to belittle. Oh, when I first go in, you notice he calls me man, which they're told to do over and over. Then he gives me some random, he says, burglary, attempted burglary. Well, how does he know it's a burglary? It's not a burglary, it's someone that wants to thug me quiet, beat me up, kill me, whatever, right? So now, he doesn't want to take a simple report, which goes to the detectives. He gives me some random number. But as I'm walking out, he says, no means no. Like, I came in to file a report, and we told you no. Well, no, that's not the way it works. The way it works is they're obligated to protect me, and when Officer Lee says, whatever. He says, we're not obligated to help you. Yeah, he fucking is. He is obligated to help me based on the Constitution of the United States of America. And you'll notice on the audio, when I'm walking out, they don't want the paperwork of the video. Why don't they want the paperwork of the video, which is proof of a crime? Because they're involved in the crime. And as I walked out and left the proof, he got mad and said no means no. Like, how dare you come in here to our police station and report people trying to kill you? I mean, how dare you, right? No means no. No, he is obligated to help me. Period. And saying I'm going to turn my way to a crime, right? So you'll notice when I walked in, I said, oh, hey, the crazy guy's here, blah, blah. Why didn't you call us? Because I know you won't help me, right? So that is once again on audio and video, which we can kind of associate with the video, I think, showing that the police will not stop crimes against me. Okay, so the police also, I should sort of expand. Why did the police give me a number for some kind of burglary report, and which doesn't even make sense? It's a burglary report with some fake number that they're going to send some people in to try to get whatever they can to use against me and this and that. But they won't take the evidence of people coming after me trying to kill me over and over since 5 years old. So the point is that they're just trying to get whatever they can to eradicate me since a young child and won't do anything about law or protecting and serving. We don't like your kind, we're going to kill you. Okay, so we're getting back home, and now I gotta dump more data on a USB stick. We've now seen the cops trying to desperately cover up their 40-year murder operations. Tell me that I can't have social networks, make jokes, create art, whatever, and refuse to protect me because I'm not living the life they want me to live, which doesn't really make much sense, but that is what's going on. Okay, so now that you've seen the police abuse at Topanga Division, I go down to West Valley Division, and while they're not as bad, there still are some things going on. And the other thing is the girl that comes in right before she calls me up, Mariana or whatever, I'm pretty sure it was a fake person coming in, wanting to say her name is Mariana because I talk about my father trying to force Adriana Olivares onto me, and if I don't date Mary and have kids with her, it's a big or else, you're a dead man type of thing, and you date who we tell you, or else. And I don't want to go too deep into that, and I just want to say that, once again, as I go into West Valley here, it's the same, it's burglary. Well, where are they getting that packaged information instantly? And so trying to sort of curve the story into what they want it to look like instead of dealing with the issue and the truth and the situation at hand. And you're going to kind of see Kim, Detective Kim, sort of also skating a little this way or that way instead of going, oh, someone tried to break in your house, they're exerting aggressive, obsessive, insane behaviors, we have to deal with this person and the situation. They don't want to deal with the truth. They don't want the can of worms to be opened up. They don't want anything truthful coming out about my life. They want to bury it all. They want to make me look like a crazy, violent, paranoid schizo with the endless psychological lies. I have general anxiety issues. I suffer from depression. I'm a manic depressive. I have thought process problems. I have memory problems. You name it, just jumping from daily changing accusations. Then, of course, the accusations change the criminal. How I've done all these horrible things to women. How I've supposedly breaking and entering. How I've supposedly done all these horrible things to Kelly Hatch, which was sent after me to follow me up from Calabasas High to Southern Oregon State College and stalk me. And then continue when I moved to University of Colorado with more random women and strangers working on me every way, shape, and form. So once again, they don't want any of this coming to light, so they won't deal with the truth, and they're trying to sort of immobilize me and contain me, and you don't talk or we kill you, right? And, or we torture you or lock you away in jail cells or try to lock you in mental institutions, just like the information on Sean Dinsey's website, How to Force People into Mental Institutions. Well, generally people aren't forced into mental institutions. It's very strange and rare that someone would be go into a mental institution except for temporary holds of violence and if they self-check in, right? But once again, Dinsey is spouting off on his Adolf Hitler rhetoric on his Facebook about locking people who are mentally ill, forcing them into mental institutions, and anyone with problems needs to be removed from society and things like this. Hence why you're seeing Dinsey, who's a skinhead with all the other skinheads who have assault and batteried me and things like this, working on me, which seem to be paid off by the LAPD. Now remember, there's bigger and bigger groups like Starbucks Corporation reeled into these mass crimes, Coffee Bean Corporation reeled into these mass crimes, almost every restaurant, public place in the world reeled into these crimes. But to stick on the smaller level to show you expose these operations, which you can then kind of expand outward, what you're seeing here are illegal police operations. We refuse to help you no matter what. We will keep making up newer and newer lies, which are then spewed across the internet on police systems and then across the internet on propaganda channels, kind of in secret to the world behind my back, to rile up the masses in chaos, to hunt me down and kill me in such a way that looks like I somehow did something to the masses to piss them off, and they just went ballistic on me, which isn't the case. The only thing is, they're following around. You farted wrong, you made us kill you. You farted wrong, you made us come after you. You dated a girl, I didn't want you to, so we're coming after you. You took walks late at night, so you're making us come after you. You farted, During sex, so we're gonna hunt you down and kill you because you're a troll. You tapped your foot around Aubrey Fisher, so you committed a tapping crime and you're making us hunt you down and kill you with worldwide grooves. Right? You get the idea. I'm not making anyone do anything. They're meddling in my life and they're angry and filled with rage about the endless lies and defamation, and slander and libel that happens every single day of my life and instantly goes out worldwide. Now, why is that happening? I can't tell you, but what I can tell you is common sense. That's beyond any level of illegal, and nobody would ever do it unless they wanted you dead and gone. And approaching strangers saying you can't trust Kevin and he's this and that, normally most people can see through all that. Anyways, so you're now going to see West Valley PD or LAPD, and while they are a little more manageable, it's still probably the same game. Well, eventually a detective will get back to you, and no detective ever gets back to me, and you've now seen what it took to simply get a report on paper, which says now trespass. Well, I don't even know if that's really trespass. I think it's more like, I don't know what you call it. Some crazy guy trying to break in my house that's linked to bigger and bigger huge things and a mass crime spree that the LAPD damn well knows is going on because they have hundreds of police reports. Cars, seven tire slashings, top slashings, daily things written on my car, bitch, faggot, whatever. Endless cards, like thousands a day for years were crammed in the cracks. LC Sandoval saying I'm trying to cram windows shut by passing out some cards when she first found out I was speaking out who worked for my father's company, Golden State Sports Medical, trying to silence me. You name it. I could go into like thousands and thousands and thousands of similar things like this, but they all come back to the same common sense. Someone wants Kevin dead and gone for what he knows. And the police also seem to be angry at me for what I know. And that's not the police's damn job. The police's job is supposed to be about stopping crime, not creating mass crime sprees to kill one man, now with worldwide support since 1994, and then using the internet to hunt me down and have me killed, showing that this is the largest crime known to man in the history of humanity against one person. So here it is, West Valley, LAPD division. Sort of, maybe trying to help, maybe not, but it kind of really, on the big picture, probably not going to help, but, you know, here it is.
Okay, so we're headed out to the Wilbur West Hills Police. Once again, there's a black Jeep Cherokee backwards here and two red cars together, kind of like the black Jeep Cherokee we saw pull up with the black guy with the camos. Hello? Hi, Timor. Okay, so while most of this law is forwards and there's another Jeep Cherokee, there are two pairs backwards together and two reds, and then the Jeep, right? And then another Jeep. So, and then everything else is normal, which is way better than it used to be. But it gives you an idea of what's going on. Once again, as we're getting close to the police department, two cars kind of close together backwards and everything else forward in the pairs of twos tactic. A report about a guy that tried to break in my house and attack me.
Okay, just put the name on that.
Oh, okay, just do it.
As soon as we can, we'll
Okay. Hi, Seymour. So I doubt you had a chance to look at the video, but you there? Okay, so I mean that's not a super rush or anything, but I mean once again, you know, same thing, you know, and you know that whole scam with the police. Well, we think you're crazy, so we're not going to look at the proof. That's a load of shit. So. You know, you're my defense attorney and you need to know these things, and I don't exactly know what you can do, but I'm getting that information to you. Yeah, no, it's not an emergency that's just that's relevant, I don't think. But again, the guy tried to break in my, like he spent 15 minutes knocking on the door, and he kind of wedged his body so you can't see him through the little peephole. So obviously, if I were to open up the door, he would throw his body in the house, right? You get the idea? But I've never seen, like usual, never seen him before, don't know who he is, have pictures, have video, most importantly, going down once again to Topanga Division. We're not obligated to help you, and no means no. Well, that's a load of shit. That's a violation of constitutional rights and protections, and more important, it means they're an accessory to attempted murder. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Hi, I was just wondering, there's nobody in here, so. Alright, thank you.
You guys both waiting? What's your name? Mariana. What's your name?
Oh, Kevin Perlman? Okay, so last night some dude tried to break into the house and wedged himself in the door. Well, he didn't get that far, but it's on surveillance video. He sat there for 15 minutes knocking on the door. When I first heard the knock, I looked at people. Nobody was there. I walked away from the door. I hear the knocking. I noticed he's kind of towards the right on the side away from view. Then he eventually unscrews the light bulb for some reason. He puts his ear under it. Then he goes for the sliding glass door. About 15 minutes, he leaves. This is him right here, reaching for the sliding glass door. This is him with some object in his hand, going to the front door. No, he didn't make it. He kept knocking in hopes that I opened the door. And then because he's waiting by right where it opens, he's probably going to wedge himself in and try to get in and maybe attack me or something, I can't tell you. But with all the other attacks on video, you're snitch, you're dead, we don't talk, and things like that, which I have on video, it's obviously related because this is now the whole day and night of this. And I can't tell you for sure, but my guess is he might be related to the guy that put the rat's tail on my welcome mat. This is about 3 years ago, but you know, whatever. It's a beer can. I need to file a report. This guy's putting my life in danger.
Let me send you upstairs to detective.
Okay. I mean, shouldn't I do a report first and then go to the detective?
Second floor, ask for chief detective, and they'll let you know when they're report.
Okay.
The elevator. You're right.
Looks like wallpaper.
Hi, you detective?
No.
I was told to come up here and speak to a detective about the guy that tried to break in my house last night.
Which detective do you know?
Oh, I don't know. She just sent me up here. This guy.
It's a burglarized?
Well, not a burglar. He was trying to get in probably to attack me or something because I was home, and he kept knocking on the door and knew I was home. And well, you're not a detective, so probably.
No, let me go talk with the...
Okay. Hi, you detective?
No, but let me try and get you the beginning.
Okay.
What exactly?
This is video surveillance of this guy trying to break in my house and knocking on the door for 15 minutes straight and sort of wedging himself. You know how the door opens? He wanted me to open the door so he could slip on in, right?
Did they take a report? Did they take a report?
They didn't take a report for some strange reason.
Okay, let me get a burglary detective.
Okay. It's not burglary, it's like assault or whatever,
Do you
but
notice that?
I have no clue.
Well, why do you say it's assault?
It's not, it's because it keeps happening over and over. A couple weeks ago, a guy was walking down the street, attacks me.
Did you make a report on that?
Yeah, and then the police officer came out and he lied and said, we're not obligated to help you. And I said, yeah, you are.
So right now, though, we have a possible break-in.
Yeah, correct. Trying to break in.
Okay, so I'll get
In an obsessive, psychotic way. No.
Hi. Okay, so this guy is pissed off with a group of people that have basically said, "You are a snitch, you're dead," going ballistic on me. This is the surveillance video. This is him trying to break in the screen door. He sits there for 15 minutes knocking.
Stop. Okay. Let's start with what day and time this
Last night at 12 a.m.
Okay. And where's this at?
My house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you at home?
Correct.
Okay. And what happened?
Okay, so I hear a knock on the door. I go and I look through like the little peephole thingy here, which just to show you, there's a chair and there's a brick wall, and he was hiding against the wall. Okay, right near the door crack. So if I would have opened the door, he would have wedged himself
Tell me
in.
what happened.
Okay, so
He's out there.
I don't open the door. Okay.
Okay.
Literally 15 minutes on video. Knock, 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 knock. He starts getting angrier and angrier. He puts his beer can down under the light by the door and unscrews the light bulb on the light. He reaches for the screen door trying to get in, see if it's unlocked. And then he finally goes away, and I think he starts yelling like 3 times, "Kevin, Kevin, Kevin."
Kevin at that?
What?
Is anybody named Kevin?
Not Kevin. Yeah. And
So he knows you.
yeah, I mean, half the world knows me, but no, I have no clue. Just like the guy 2 weeks ago that attacked me, or snitch, you're dead, the guy before that.
Just ask who he was, how you knew your name.
Because, okay, for several reasons. One, I'm known worldwide from the lies, smear, slander. So each person I meet is pissed off and wants me dead from the lies. Second of all,
Okay, so let's go back to this.
look, I deal with people all day and night in an angry
Let's
rage.
go back to what happened.
Okay.
So he's there, he screws the ball, beer can, whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So that, I don't answer the door. So eventually after 15 minutes, he goes away and it's all right here on video. Okay? Nothing happened, but a guy exerting excessive, pissed off behaviors, working with the other guy who has physically attacked me, saying, "You're a snitch, you're dead," and these attacks have been endless and are all on video. He did not.
Okay, so you're making an assumption that he said.
I'm making assumptions that everyone in the neighborhood and a lot larger keep threatening my life every week.
Let's forget about all that, okay?
Okay, fine. You want to stick to the point. Some guy tried to break in my damn house in an obsessive, weird, freaky way.
Okay, so you knock on the door, you pull on screen or what?
Yeah, right there. Look at the picture.
And
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but
okay, you don't need to do that. Yeah, that's very rude to me.
I know. But with this game of we're not going to help you and you're crazy.
Okay, well, I'm trying to get the story what's going on from you, and
Okay.
you're very rude.
Well, let me talk about what you guys have done to my life.
Okay. Well,
So, anyways,
I'm trying to get
back to the point. Let's get back to the point.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, back to
Don't put
topic.
the paper in front of my face like that.
Well, when you guys try to ignore the proof,
We as in who? I'm here trying to listen to your story. Yes and no?
I don't know because now you're spazzing
I'm trying
out.
to get the story.
Okay, back to the topic.
Okay, so let's settle down. Let's get to what's going needs to be done.
You too. Let's get to the topic.
All right?
Okay, agreed?
Is that it so far? Or is there more?
No, a guy came in, he tried to break in my house, he was going to assault me like the other guys, and that's it. And there's a video of it.
See what I'm saying? You're trying to add to the story. He's trying to insult you. You never said that.
Look, there needs to be a police report written that something freaky is going on.
Yeah, but you're adding the story that he's trying to beat you, but you never told me anything about that.
Well, what about last week's attack, and the week before that attack, and the week before his
We're
attack?
talking about this.
No, we're talking about connected events, because how many people do you know that every week someone attacks them? So let's stick to the point. Do you or do you not think that something freaky is going on
Is this your
here?
house or is this...
Correct, it's my house.
Okay, is your front yard fenced off or anything?
It's like a townhouse complex.
Is there a gate or something that...
Yeah, there's a gate, so you have to get past the gate.
Okay, there's a lock gate?
Yeah.
Locking gate?
Lock gate.
And this is a townhome, you said? Or-
Correct, yeah.
Is it a townhome condo? What's
Yeah, townhouse complex with owns properties.
So do you have to close both the complexes?
There's like a lock key at the front gate.
Does it have access?
Correct, yes.
But you just said no general public has access to the complexes.
Correct, it's only for residents, yes. I can't tell you if he's a resident, I can't tell you if he's not a resident, I've never seen him before in my life. Yes.
Obviously, he knows who you are.
Yeah, because he's yelling my name, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take a trespass.
Okay,
Because he did trespass onto the property itself that is not authorized to be here.
okay,
Only residents are supposed to be on there.
okay,
And obviously, from what his actions are, he might not live there. Okay. Later on, they find out that he might live in the complex.
Possibly, yeah.
But at this point, I can't prove that. Okay? So
No, of course
we'll
not.
go with the first.
Yeah, that's why your job is to investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, trying to get through the story. Okay?
But investigate on all the circumstances, not.
Yeah. It still seems like there's more to the story.
There's a lot more, but nobody wants to talk about it.
Well, I'm trying to get to the story what happened because, you know, what, as detectives, we investigate crimes, and crime reports has to be taken before we investigate. Okay?
Yeah.
So I don't know why the officer sent you up here. If they thought there was a crime, they should have taken a crime report.
Okay.
We do the follow-up on crime reports.
Well, trespass is a crime, right?
It's a crime, okay, so we do the follow-up investigation.
Okay.
Information to be had, okay? But we don't start off.
No, I know. You start on point, then you unravel going backwards. Trust me, I know that. It's just the amount of information I know. People don't want. People get upset when I know.
Why do people get upset? What is it that you do that people get upset?
It's that whole thing, like you know too much information. That people that want to control the situation get angry when you can see the situation.
Is it because of your job? Or
No, it's nothing. It's nothing that people.
hang around?
Let me throw a theoretical. If someone tried to kill you and you found out, they would be angry that you knew it. Correct? Okay, that's a theoretical. My point is that I deal with people all day angry at me, and they establish a pattern of behavior from different people all connected.
Yes, what course do you deal with these people?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Or at home, or how do you run it?
It's in public place. Example, I might go to a coffee shop and maybe the Met complex, which surrounds my house, they'll drive out or have their friends drive out and provoke me at coffee shops.
This is the video footage?
Yeah, it's strictly this event here.
Take this downstairs.
Uh-huh.
Take the
Trespass?
report,
Okay.
sign on it, and you probably want to provide them with the video footage.
Okay, you don't, you're the detective, don't you?
What's that?
You're the detective, don't you want it?
Well, because the officers has to take a report, right?
So that goes, why do I get different, I'm not trying to be mean. I keep getting different stories from, like I go to the front and they go, I'm not going to write a report, come here, and then I give...
experience in how to handle case reports and how to investigate. So,
No, I'm just saying I'm weirded out because like maybe I hand them the video and they say, give that to the detective.
Now, the video that you have here, is it all printed out on this?
Correct, it's some of the same pictures.
A better image of the person?
Yeah, it's I think 4K video and the pictures are clear on the computer.
Okay. So what I would do is, since this is your own property, hold on to it.
Okay.
Until it's assigned to a detective. You might want to...
Well, but then what if you guys don't call? I mean, you guys really need to take it. Please, just take it.
Well, then you're going to have to get to the officer downstairs.
And what if she says, I don't want to take it?
They'll have to book it into your property. They'll have to take it downstairs. They can do that. Okay?
But what I'm saying, what if she says she doesn't want to take it?
But you're going to have no access to that.
Oh, it's already on YouTube and the internet. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, but what I'm saying is I'm going to go downstairs and what if she says, I don't want this, give this.
Just tell the detective.
Okay, Kim. All right, thank you, Kim. Okay, so you can see the bouncing around. I'm not going to take the report. I'm not going to take your evidence. Okay, Detective Kim sent me down here, I don't know why, but he said for you guys to take a trespass report, and he said to give you guys this to book in whatever is evidence. I don't know why I didn't want the video, but people said that I asked and I said, shouldn't you take it? But Why do you guys say it's burglary if the guy that's pissed off and it's personal? Well, burglary is stealing. Some guy said you're a snitch, you're dead is burglary. That's, you know, fuck or I kill you. He's not.
They just want to see that you filed a report.
Okay.
And they want the report.
And then the details are...
Well, it's come out from me, not my belongings. I mean, you don't state the guy's name if you're trying to steal his thing.
It's all good, man. I get you doing your job. It's all good, brother.
Hey, Kevin, I was just stopped by to maybe punch you in the face a few times to steal your TV, right? It doesn't work like that.
You know who he is?
And I have no clue, just like the rest of them.
You live within,
2162 over me.
or you don't live in this division?
No.
So it's going to be investigated by Tomato.
Okay, well, they've already flat out said on each and every attack, we're not obligated to help you, no matter how much video of people attacking me, assault and battering me, punching me in the head or whatever, so this needs to be dealt with.
So this actually needs to go to Tomato.
Well, they're not going to help me, and they're involved in a crime, so...
Well, I'm not going to accept it here. You have to take it to the bank.
I was just there, and they said, we're not obligated to help you, and no means no. Well, yes, it's the Constitution of the United States, and my tax-paying dollars, which pays you to protect and serve people like me, means that you have to help me. And if they're going to sit there and say, we're not going to help you and file our report, and Sean Dinsey's running around making up lies, I've threatened to kill all Starbucks customers. First of all, they made the statement that they're aiding and abetting a murder, and they need to help me. You guys need to help me.
Okay, you need to take that to the bank.
I was just there. They said we won't help you.
I'm going to take that part for you.
Okay.
You take that over there.
Okay, that's good. That's fine.
You never got a ticket, right? You just got this.
Well, hang on to it until the detectives call you.
Okay.
That way it doesn't get lost.
But what if the detectives don't call me?
Call them.
Okay.
There will be a report that they come to.
Okay, so put their number on it for me.
Let me get number.
Okay. Uh, 47. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, did you hear how heavy it was just raining a few seconds ago? 917-435-0286.
While we're driving. So I was reading right there that it says if he wants to do a legal correction, he has to do $25 and then take it to a law enforcement. Well, that's what we just read on the form. Usually, right when you get a ticket by mail,
What exactly was he doing?
He was trying to get my house. He stood there for 15 minutes, knock, 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 15 minutes. When I looked through the little peephole thing, he's like hidden out of sight next to where the door opens. And he's saying a few times, like 3 times, he said, Kevin, Kevin, it's all on video. And so, you know, you can only speculate what happens if you look through a peephole, nobody's there, you open a door, and then the guy wedges in.
who knows? But based on the constant "you're a snitch, you're dead," the constant assault and batteries, you name it, it's pretty obvious from a pattern of behavior of person after person doing the same thing. He probably wanted to get in my house and attack me.
So he knocked on your door and then did to the side.
I looked at the people. I don't see anyone. I start walking away from the door thinking nobody's there. I hear the knocking again. So I look on the security camera. He's out there for 15 minutes knocking, and then he reaches for, he loosens the light bulb, I don't know why, and he puts his ear underneath the light and leaves it there. And then he goes to the side sliding door and he checks to see if it's unlocked. And in about 15 minutes he gives up and he goes away. And I can show you that has nothing to do with stealing things. IT, 3D animation, visual effects, photography, computer consultant works for short. Yeah, Kevin at kevinperlman.com. Last night at 12 a.m.
Today?
Yeah, this morning. Yeah.
What time?
12 a.m. to technically 11:56 to 12. Wait. Maybe 12:56 to 1. I'm not sure. 11:56 to 12:13 or an hour later. I'm not sure. It's all, there's time code on the video. About 15 minutes. 4 plus 3, 17.
Sign that. Okay, so like I said, this will go to Tango.
Okay.
Hang on to this
Okay.
for detectives. Give them a week or so, okay?
Okay.
And then maybe go in there and tell me how information.
Okay. My only concern is they never call me, but I understand that you can't. That's not yours.
It's not our area.
But they need to call me. They're obligated to call me, whether they want to or not. Thank you.
Oh, you're sorry.
Yeah, you bet. Okay, so a few things. You'll notice that Detective Kim got really mad. He didn't want to take the evidence. He didn't want to look at the evidence and this and that. And when I showed him the picture and held it up in front of his face, you see how mad and defensive he got. You'll see how mad Detective Kim got by me showing him a picture of a guy trying to break in my house, right? Now, I've never heard of a situation where the police don't want to look at the stupid crime and take the evidence. It's unheard of. Right? First, the people downstairs don't want to write up the report, so they send me upstairs. Then Kim doesn't want to take the evidence, doesn't want to take the video evidence of a crime against me, which is unheard of. It's all pretty much solved for them. So when I hold up the picture in front of his face, he gets extremely angry. How rude that is. But what's really rude is the police refusing to acknowledge a crime being committed against someone and stopping it and saving their lives, right? There's no reason why they wouldn't. There is absolutely, that's their job, is to look at the evidence and do something about it. Also, another aspect is Kim trying to turn things around on me. Well, why are people mad at you for what you know? What is it you do? Well, I don't do anything but watch them try to fucking kill me and then say, you've been lied to, right? So, once again, Kim was trying to turn around, not doing his job on these character attacks and defamation, right? There's a guy trying to kill you. Example, there's a guy trying to kill you, but someone thinks you're an asshole, so it's your fault, right? It's not okay to hunt down someone with mass groups and kill them, making up every lie known to man, because the lie is irrelevant. Even if that guy's an asshole, it's still not okay for people to hunt them down and kill them. And in my case, I'm the nicest person known to man. But Kim is trying to sugarcoat the bullshit to make them not helping me look justified, to cover up the bigger picture, right? And remember, when you're listening to me talk to Kim, you're not allowed to talk about the connected events. That's my job, but I'm going to ignore the connected events. Trying to immobilize you. So, once again, just like every other police department, you get the idea.
Okay, so this is kind of like a quick conclusion. There's all sorts of things going on and sub-things going on for them to try to spin and race and break my mind and flip me out and make me look like a violent paranoid schizo. So I'm just going to go through a couple of those things. Remember, they're all day and night. For example, you see the cars, which are usually a lot worse in patterns, 2s and 3s backwards, or the 2 Jeeps like you see here, going on in almost every parking lot in the world now directed to hunt me and kill me for some reason. Now remember, this starts at 5 years old, with my father showing me the movie Wizards from Ralph Bakshi and having my brother and other people sort of try to reenact with cryptic messages out of the movie to make me look crazy, which I found out something was going on at 29, and it took me till about 38, 40 to really put those pieces together from patterns of behaviors by mass groups worldwide. So the first thing I want to talk about, as I mentioned, is the man, or like the police officer at Topanga Division. How can I help you, man, in repetition from stranger after stranger worldwide? Well, why are they doing it? Well, they're doing these things to me which switch from one thing to the next in the thousands and thousands and thousands, and they keep fabricating and creating newer and newer ones to try to make me mentally ill and kill me, or try to get me to snap in anger and rage, to lock me away in jail cells or mental institutions. The next thing is the burglary thing. Now, I didn't actually count like they do. For example, if I say, hey, you, in 1998 to someone, and in 2006 I say, hey to someone, they go, well, because you said hey in 1998, and you said hey you, or hey you in 1998, and you said hey in 2006, you have some kind of psychological problem and are a danger to society, we need to remove you from society. Well, that's synonymous with you chewed with your mouth open during dinner, and you're a danger to society, and we're going to rid you of the world. Doesn't make any sense. So, if all these things are on par with you farted wrong, you blinked wrong, you parked, oh, my cat, you parked wrong, you blinked wrong, you yawned wrong, you went on a date, it didn't work out, so you need to be hunted and killed and you're a criminal and a murderer, doesn't really make any sense. So they have ulterior motives, and there's a certain kind of brainwashing going on to try to make me think with little subliminal or cryptic messages that I'm a bad person, I need to die, and I deserve what's being done to me, which is kind of like Adolf Hitler saying, I'm taking you to the showers so you can be clean and have a good life. Right? Same exact concept. I'm going to make you think it's your fault and keep trying to reinforce the bullshit. Right? Okay, so the burglary thing was said, like, I didn't count like they do, but I'm guessing about 5 times. Right? 2 different police stations from person after person. It's burglary. Well, I never say anything about burglary. They never saw any evidence, except for a few photos. They never saw anyone break in and walk out with TV sets or anything. And then, of course, they try to turn it around. Well, you know, I think he's going to assault me. Oh, so how do you know it's assault? Do you think you're psychic? Blah, blah, blah. Try to twist it and turn it around and cover up the things they're doing to me. Right? Now, why do they keep trying to brainwash me into saying, okay, I'll do what you tell me because you're a police officer and you know, and then I take this phone number and I call and say someone tried to steal things out of my house, and then the police turn it around like they will, and I know by experience that then they'll say Kevin's a criminal and he's saying someone tried to steal things out of his house, and that's not true. There's also probably another tangent to the burglary thing. They're probably saying that I broke into someone's house on a newer lie, trying to work their paranoid schizo tactics. So some of the things they do is they have someone show up and they'll punch me or something, they'll batter me, and then the police will turn around saying I battered them, like Bailey Bernard. things like this, right? Well, that's probably what they were doing. I call up this number about burglary, falling for the bait, falling for the disinformation, and then they go, Kevin stole something, and I told you so, or this or that, and these thousands of lies to the world. So now we're going to arrest him for burglary or something weird like this, and they keep doing these types of things to me over and over. Okay, so now also in Topanga Division, he says no means no, but they pull up this huge truck at the same time that I'm arriving, right? Now, he's hinting actually about women, as he's also hinting that I'm not going to help you and take your evidence because no means no, and I told you that we're not obligated to help you stop people trying to hunt you and kill you, or any crime, because we don't like you and we're going to kill you, but that part's not said, right? Why? I don't know. I don't know any of these people. Okay, so now there's a whole subset of Kevin's doing horrible things to women. Kevin's a rapist. Kevin's abusive towards women. Kevin's this. Kevin's that. Kevin's a wife beater because in 1996 in Jim Johnson's computer imaging class at University of Colorado, Kevin made a picture of composite with Mike Tyson fighting a game character Katana. So Kevin's a wife beater and he's a violent paranoid schizo. All these things based on thin air. With the psychology community, professors, teachers, and remember, all going back to 5 years old. So why are they doing it? Accusation after accusation, worldwide and with psychologists in the psychology community. Kevin, like I said before, Kevin's a violent paranoid schizo. First it's Kevin's paranoid, then it's Kevin's paranoid schizo, then it's Kevin's a violent paranoid schizo, then it's Kevin suffers from general anxiety disorder, then it's Kevin, it's bipolar. Then it's Kevin's manic depressive. Then it's Kevin suffers from depression. And a shitload more. But wait, then it switches. Kevin's a car thief. Kevin's also a pedophile. Kevin's also into kiddie porn. Kevin's also into, well, probably burglary. Kevin, there's so many. I mean, they just go from thing to thing. Kevin's abusing women and won't leave them alone. Kevin's stalking and following the strippers at strip clubs because Rhodey Morales, Tom Farley, Eric Christensen, Val Morozov all want to take me to strip clubs. So now after that, working with people like Victoria Walker, Michael Bialis, Long Botham, I'm stalking strippers and porn stars. Yet I've had probably 50 porn stars and strippers follow me to public places in hopes that I talk to them saying that I won't leave them alone. And when you don't talk to them, you're still stalking them, right? Doesn't make any sense. And trust me, I could, if I took the time to, supposedly it's my fault, my mother divorced my father, I supposedly done all sorts of things to my father's girlfriends that don't exist, right? You get the idea in this worldwide laundry list of defamation slander, which I'm told, I'm imagining, while people fall around in a hinting, cryptic, guilting way, you need to confess and tell us what you did, or we're going to hunt you and kill you. But there's never anything directly said. Kevin, you did this. And there's a reason for that. The reason is because there's no actual argument. I'm going to keep hinting you did this. I'm going to keep hinting that you stole a car, and then you're going to say, stop accusing me of this. I say, I didn't say anything. And then they move on to the next thing and the next thing, right? And it goes forever. So what is the reason? The reason is to drive you crazy and lock you away in jail cells, mental institutions, to remove you from society starting at 5 years old. So the no means no with the big truck, actually, where does that come from? Well, let's break down the dynamics. I was joking around years ago, and I still do, because for some reason they're mad about it, and there's no reason any sane, rational person would be mad. And I quoted a line from Clerks, my love for you is like a truck berserker. If you would like some making fuck berserker, which is a comical line from a movie. And even in their recent movie, Alita Battle Angel, they call the girl berserker with all the other things directed at me to try to flip me and turn me in to make me look like a violent paranoid schizo. Why? Well, there's no answer. It's just we're going to hunt you down and kill you since 5 years old, now with a planet full of people. Government and psychology flagging and murder operations or kill operations. So the burglary thing shows you, just like, even though the man isn't on this video, I have endless other proof of it. That's one of the reasons Sean Dinsey is so angry, making up lies with Starbucks, saying I've threatened to kill all their customers, because he knows that I have proof of these things. And also trying to break in my house because he knows that I have proof of these things. Notice the burglary and repetition is unheard of just in this short video at 2 different police stations. Something like 5 people try to brainwash me into thinking it's burglary to manipulate me down the path of we're going to rid you of the world and make you look like a criminal. Okay, so then the next thing, which is very important because I've heard this a lot from stranger after stranger, what do you do? And I don't know what that means. It's like some weird cryptic brainwashing thing like the burglary thing, right? What do you do? He's trying to turn around, Detective Kim is trying to turn around the entire situation and thug and torture me with these mass groups into false coerced false confessions, and I have to tell him that I've done something wrong to people or I do something to people. Now, I don't know what that means, because all I know is I see stranger after stranger following me around for 40 years going, we're going to hunt you and kill you, and each and every person that I let in my life or associate with, I am the nicest person known to man on every level. They go ballistic on me for no reason or based on the defamation they've been given, the packaged defamation, also known as propaganda, to the entire planet. And if I walk up to you, hand you gold bricks, buy you a house, buy you a car, give you massages all day, pump up your ego saying you're the best person and kiss your ass and this and that, I guarantee the same exact outcome, I will have the same exact outcome as if I slit your throat or tried to or whatever. It doesn't make any sense. It is the strangest thing. But most importantly, aside from getting past that, the police damn well know it. And why do the police know it? Because when I'm talking to Detective Cam, I'm talking to the officers at Topanga Division, I'm talking to anyone on the planet, and even the guy standing to my left in West Valley LAPD doing things like, yes, yes, okay, okay, or I don't remember exactly what he said without looking at the video. There's a random stranger trying to provoke me. You can see in the video I'm not doing anything to anyone. They're the aggressors, and that's how it's been since 5 years old. And then they all try to cover it up, working together worldwide. We don't know you, you're imagining it, you do what we tell you or we kill you. Now, it's always the same packaged equation. Each person I have any interaction with hints that I'm an evil monster in the bad seed, cannot have an actual argument based on logic, fact, what specifically I've done, and then they ask me to tell them what they want me, or what they want to hear. Does that make sense? You're a monster and you're an evil, bad person, so we're hunting you down with worldwide support, trying to torture and kill you in the most unimaginable, inhumane ways with the psychology community, police, government, NSA, FBI, and every research on the planet. And while I'm bashing your skull in with a mental crowbar, so to speak, you need to tell me why I'm doing it. Okay? Well, how can I tell you why you're hunting me down, trying to kill me? So what do? You get away from them, right? And then the next person works on you. And the next person. And the next person. And the next person. And then you go to the police. And the police are working on you. And then you start to sort of have to analyze the situation. What the hell's going on? Well, people in the psychology community, no matter how much you prove to them you're being targeted, they still want you dead. And actually, the more truth that comes out, the more they want you dead. The police, government, psychology community, or anyone on the planet for simply stating what you found out at 29 or started to find out and is going on. And I want to make one thing more clear. I have hundreds of police reports from thing after thing over the years. I've been going to the police for 18 years. I've been going to the police and private investigators and you name it for 18 years. The outcome has been the same with every single person on the planet for 18 years. You're a dead man. We won't help you. We have billions of government dollars and resources and internet tools to hunt you and kill you since 5 years old, or internet 94, but before that, different methods to kill you. And that's it. And going to the police station for 18 years on and off, private investigators before the police station, dropping hard drives of evidence, hard drives like 5 terabyte hard drives of evidence at the police station to detectives, them all playing the same game. I don't know you, you're crazy, you're trying to overload me with information, all of the lame bullshit that any 10-year-old can see through with common sense. So you're seeing it on this video here. They have no excuse, and they have no argument. That is more important. Kevin's a horrible monster. Okay, well, if I'm a horrible monster, then throw down. What is the specific argument? If you don't have an argument, you're full of shit. If you want to hint about women, or I'm a bad person, or cars, or hint that I'm a thief, or hint that I'm abusive to women, or hint at this, I want to, oh, and the Rody Morales, I supposedly killed someone too. I want a specific event. I want names, I want events, all the things that everyone else on the planet are treated, right? If I walk up to you and I say, I think you killed someone, you're going to say, who? This person. What happened? This is what happened. There is none of that. There's none of that. There's just keep hinting to me that I've done something wrong. And some of these hints are very aggressive, and some are very subtle. And some are actually recorded on video of lies, like Starbucks Corporation saying I'm masturbating in public there. Or first it was I was masturbating in the bathroom, and I sarcastically stood up for myself, and then they wrote up lies that I was and said I was to cover up their crimes. Then it's I'm masturbating in public. Then it's the next thing and the next thing. But remember, these lies are thousands and thousands and thousands. Between raping, pillaging, masturbating in public, no self-control, every psychological issue, none of them exist. I've looted, robbed, I'm probably now a burglar, I probably raped 100 women in the community, you name it, all complete fiction and fantasy. More importantly, being created by the police, government, LAPD, and the things you're seeing to cover up a mass crime spree that is now going on 40 years with the psychology community in government flagging, labeling, his kind can't exist, whatever they mean by this, and kill operations. And if they can't kill you, they're going to lock you away if they can get the reactions. But what is it really about? There's no answer. It's not about anything. Now, back to Kevin, what do you do? I don't know. I mean, you know, are they mad because I graduated from University of Colorado, got into 3D animation, visual effects, IT, studio photography, which Aubrey Fisher was sent after me by the police and my family to have me killed for getting into studio photography. Built adult websites with .NET programming, SQL programming. Built large database website systems, sort of on the scale with MySpace or Facebook in the earlier days. Had endless projects to do things with my life, which they were mad about everything. And then is the what do I do a literal, or is it me confessing to some kind of horrible personality trait that is a fictional thing in their brains because someone's planting the seed, if that makes sense. Someone's going around, people with psychology degrees, saying Kevin's crazy and Kevin's doing all these horrible things to people, and he's like the clown in It and blah blah blah, just pure insanity. And you would have to be the stupidest moron to believe these things, like a complete moronic idiot. You'd have to be like a retarded 10-year-old to really believe the stupidity. So it doesn't really make sense other than a government agenda with the psychology community. And so I could probably talk forever on this because we're talking 40 years of all day and night 24/7 abuse with worldwide support to eradicate me and end my existence. So I will end it here. but I just kind of wanted you to see let's say a 5-hour excerpt of my life, which is all day and night 24/7 with worldwide support, and no actual reason for it other than the government wants me dead and gone starting at 5 years old, and all because, and at 29 figuring things out, now they really want me dead and gone. They don't want me talking. Just like some of my other videos, you're a snitch, you're dead, you better accept what's going on or it's going to get a lot worse for you. All sorts of death threats, no relaxing for you, nigger, which applies to me kissing a black girl at 8 years old, which doesn't make sense. Endless death threats, I don't talk or I'll be hunted and killed, with full police support, government support, NSA, FBI, to have me killed at this point for what I know. All based on worldwide lies, smears, defamation, slander, with clear criminal intent to have me killed, making the LAPD accessories to attempted murder on an ongoing murder campaign. And I will end it here.